Gemini, hi, welcome to my channel. So today we have a reading for you, no particular subject. We're going to take an issue, something we know, something we don't know, recent past advice and potential outcome. At the end there will be an opportunity for an extended where we'll dive in deeper. You can watch this for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury, North Node or Vertex, or if any of those planets are currently transiting your third house. This could be for you. Thank you, however you support the channel, very much appreciate it. Cross watchers, you are more than welcome. Message may well be for you. All information is in the description box. Just hit the more button below. Okay, Gemini. Gemini, there's like this energy of, how do I want to put it? It's feeling like something's slipping away, but it's not, and it's to get you to have a different perspective on something. It may be just like loosening your grip on how something should look. So you might be, I don't know, questioning your life path at the moment. You might be wondering about your career, a relationship, whatever it is. It's kind of like, it's not drifting away. It's just requiring something. It's requiring like a different, oh, that's interesting. I wondered why that happened. So this morning, one eye's worse than the other, and I for some reason I've never do this. I've put them in the wrong eyes, so vision's a little bit distorted to a certain extent. I can still see, but it's slightly off, and it's like distance is better than close up. So I almost feel like the universe is having you zoom out of something here. Interesting. I wonder why I'd done that. I was going to change it, but they're throwaways. I thought it's just a waste. Okay, one more. Let's see. Gemini, what's going on? We have the Emperor. Okay, Emperor is power. Emperor is divine masculine. Oh, interesting. I don't normally get that for him. Okay, because in the Goddesses, Gods and Guardians, it's actually Toph that's the divine masculine. But here I got the Norse god Hod, who requires you to tell the truth, the blind god, hence the eyes, of course. Okay, interesting. We'll look at that in a second. What do we know? Okay. What don't we know? Yeah, it's like it's something's having you, requiring you to do so, to trust in the energy that you've put into something. Recent past. Okay, there's the emotional wobble. Advice. Ooh. Ah, okay, this is interesting. And potential outcome. Ooh, I'm going to take two of them. Okay, lots of sevens. Got 4 sevens here. 7, 7, 7. 7. We have strength at the bottom of the deck with the Hierophant. Okay, both fixed signs. You're being asked here to, like I say, there's this like underlining feeling like something's slipping away somehow. Like whatever is, like I say, it feels more of a realignment, a readjustment. I want you to more focus on counterintuitive measures. You know, instead of, if this was you know, working out, you actually improve muscle gain on your rest days rather than the doing, and sometimes rest is the best point of view. And it's kind of like the chap that broke the 4-minute mile. He ended up just before the big event not doing anything for about 2 weeks, which everybody was horrified about, thinking he was, you know, ludicrous for doing it. Yet that pause, that break, completely rejuvenated his body for him to just, you know, pass it with ease. And it's something that's going on here. You know, like I said, counterintuitive measures always work. I've got the wrong lenses in, but obviously it's having me look at from a distance. And in this aspect, you know, boiling water freezes faster than room temperature water. Counterintuitive, but works. So sometimes we have to let something go for it to return. Counterintuitive. So yeah, there's something here to allow. When you let go of something, you allow the universe to do what needs to happen. And it feels like what needs to happen is a tower. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, so Hod. the Norse god. Tell the truth, bring it out into the open, be true to your feelings. Hod is the blind god of winter in Norse mythology. He held a quiet inner strength and was always ready to help others. Hod was tricked by the god Loki into firing an arrow made of mistletoe which killed his twin brother Baldur. Despite his tragic mistake, Hod becomes his twin's companion in the underworld after his own death. Hod makes amends by being honest about his error and becoming a spiritual counsellor to Baldur. Norse legend says that Hod survives Ragnarok, a destructive period preceding a new world, and, through his atonement, goes on to rule alongside Baldur. Hod's symbols are mistletoe and darkness. Okay, Hod's steadfast presence is here to remove the blindfold from your eyes. He invites you to look squarely at any truth you've been avoiding. Be completely honest with yourself about your real feelings. If you've made a mistake, do your best to make amends. Integrity is essential for a clear path ahead. Sticking your head in the sand only works for so long. The truth always surfaces somehow. Once you face up to reality, you can access all the energy and support you need. Denial is a defensive state in which you refuse to accept the truth. It's recognised as a stage in the grief process. Denial, guilt and shame can go hand in hand. These are heavy feelings. Hod encourages you to get therapeutic support to work through these emotions. Hod is a guide through the dark night of the soul and can help with depression or loss of faith. He supports recovery from addiction, crisis and trauma. He'll sit with you patiently in your darkest moments, never rushing you to heal. Hod will guide your words and actions in any situation where truth is needed. Additional meanings: seek recovery for addictions. Deception or misinformation could be at play, check all the facts. Don't try to be like others, be naturally and authentically you. Invocation: the truth is safe, honesty aligns with me and my highest purpose. No, honesty aligns me with my highest purpose. So that's kind of the energy I got from that. So we've got the Emperor. What we're aware of is the Chariot. Now the Chariot is powerful energy, it's success, it's drive, it's ambition. The Emperor steps into the Chariot. This could be you working on your Merkaba for some of you, your light body. But for me, it feels like a distraction because he looks like he's on a phone here. It's like something's distracting him. What we're aware of, there's something that feels distracting. What we're not aware of is the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is Saturn in Taurus, so the world meets the Hierophant. We're closing out an old cycle to do with, we'll call it tradition. Everything, society teaches us that, things are only valid if it looks a certain way, whether that's love, whether that's a career, whatever it is. And this is what's happening here. We're having to try and break through it. Recent past is the Two of Pentacles, Jupiter in Capricorn. So the Wheel of Fortune meets the Devil. It's emotional up and downs. There's clouds, there's storms that's coming here. But for me, it's just representing, maybe just a bit up and down energy, not knowing where there's a feeling of not feeling sure-footedness about a situation. Also, it's a bit of a paradox dynamic, is Jupiter in Capricorn. I was saying this to somebody the other day. I always remember reading about it, and it was likened, the paradox of Jupiter in Capricorn was like a cheerleader who's actually an accountant. There's a seriousness to a playfulness, and it's finding that strange balance within them. Your advice is the High Priestess. The High Priestess knows. She knows all. But the High Priestess with the Chariot is counterintuitive measures. Together, it's the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups can feel like we've missed out on something, but the universe is offering us something in the background. The outcome, there was two cards, is the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands for me is Mars in Leo, so it's the Tower hits the Strength card. So what's needed here is some sort of shift, a dramatic, energetic change. But that only comes when you let go. You let go. When we take, hopefully not Five Swords, because that's anger and resentment. When we counterintuitively let go of what needs to be let go of, whether that's a view of what you think something should look like, the universe then gets to play the game of, right, let's realign everybody. Let this person walk here so we can whip him over there. Let that person walk there so we can take her over there. There's a need to just really trust some sort of process here. Interestingly, we've got the 7 being the Chariot, and then the 3 sevens of the Minor Arcana. The only 7 missing is 7 of Cups, which is Venus in Scorpio, which is the Empress meets Death. And with the Emperor here in this upright, it's like, say if this was a dynamic between a masculine and feminine energies, and we all have to embody both, so don't get caught up in genders. But this is like, the Emperor needs to, normally the feminine energy goes through the process of death and rebirth first. And it's like the Emperor's waiting to go through this. He's not aware of this, but he's waiting to go through this this dark night, this transformation that's taking place here. But for some reason, the feminine's holding on to the 7 of Cups. The Empress meets Death. She's too comfortable in the darkness. Not that she's comfortable in the darkness, she's just used to it. Was it the song by Darren Hayes, Darkness? I spent so long underground, I guess my eyes adjusted to the lack of light. And that's kind of what's going on here. So again, whatever dynamic you are, whether it's your inner masculine and feminine, or you're dealing with somebody else, this can't happen, this shift, until the Empress kind of steps out of darkness. It's quite an interesting dynamic. So let's check out the, I want to see where the 4 of Cups is. Because, like I say, it feels like you've missed out on something, but you haven't, because something's been prepared for you. 7 of Cups, and I also want to see where the Empress and Death is. Okay, what's going on? So the 7 of Cups is with the King of Cups and Justice. Okay. It's like somebody's given up on something, or feeling like they've given up on something. This is being poured out here. This could be trying to force somebody's awakening. You can't force anybody to accept the truth of reality beyond the 3D matrix. And sometimes you just got to let them stumble, unfortunately. What else? 4 of Cups, again, you're pouring out something here, is with the Queen of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. The Queen of Swords is 2 parts Libra, 1 part Shadow of Virgo. It's like you're ready to launch something, but you're striving for perfection in something. I mean, you look at the quality of his work and it's spot on. But for some reason, it don't feel good enough. Could you be not feeling good enough for whatever this is? Maybe this is, too much in the feminine energy, where you've got all the ideas in the world, but not enough action of the Emperor. Something's holding you back, and it feels like perfectionism. And if it's not perfectionism, it's maybe waiting for the perfect moment, which there is no such thing. Okay. Devils with Judgment and the 4 of Pentacles. So there's a judgment coming for a shadow energy. Tower is with the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. This is what we need. We need that shift of energy to shake things up. But it requires, like I say, the Empress to step away from death. Step away from darkness and into the light. And that means fun, joy. Doing stuff that... I told you. Can't make it up. Okay, so she is wedged between the 8 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles. This is that feeling of like it's something missed out. The Death is on the other side of it. So what's wedged between... it could literally be astrology. It could be, we're not quite there yet. Saturn in Pisces here. We have to close that out, which will be by the time we get to sort of February. So the chance, your Saturn in Pisces for you is what? It's your 10th house. So this is your career. So it could be a situation here where there's a frustration about how you want to be seen, lead, but you do get your chance when Saturn's done its rounds in here. But there's something that's shifting here. It feels like you're in between spaces. We've got the 7 of Pentacles here, and then we've got the 6 and the 1 on either side of this. It's kind of like, I don't know, you're just in this almost limbo moment where you're just being asked to accept current situations, look at something from a different perspective, look at it from the perspective that, yes, you might be getting what you desire, but it might look a hell of a lot different than what you want or how you think it should look. Final card's the Sun. Okay, and that's what you need to do here. It's go in to find your joy. Let go of what you think something should look like. Go find your joy and watch everything else fall into place. Because it's trying to. Okay, so lots of sevens, and you got the Emperor and the High Priestess. That's a powerful divine masculine energy. That's a divine masculine energy that's completely in tune with the High Priestess. That's some powerful stuff. Okay. In your extended, what should we look at? We'll clarify these. It'll be easier. See what's going on. But yeah, you need to let go of something because the universe is trying to rearrange things. Okay. Counterintuitive. It will work. All right. If you can join me in the extended, fantastic. If not, let me know if it resonates. We have Aries, we have Cancer, we have Cancer Pisces, Jupiter in Capricorn, Saturn in Taurus, Mars in Leo, Moon in Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Virgo, Mercury in Taurus, Capricorn, Mercury in Virgo, Mars in Capricorn, Moon in Cancer, Venus in Cancer, Sun in Capricorn, Scorpio, Libra, Gemini, Virgo. We have Pentacles, we have Wands, we have Swords, we have Cups eventually. Everyone's here. Those are your standouts. Let me know. Take care. See you soon. Bye.